Hello fifth grade, welcome back. It's always nice to be here with you. I'm preparing these videos with so much love and I hope that you enjoy them. Thank you for sending me your activities, for the ones that are sending me your videos or your audios, reading your books, the stories that I'm giving you. Thank you so much. Excellent job. It's super good and you are getting great. You are getting better. Remember that we are having the reading classes on Mondays. Try to be on time because in that way we are going to have a better class. So today, as always, we are going to start with a review about the things, about anything that we did the last class, the last video. So we review about the past progressive, and remember that you needed to have this in your notebooks. So the past progressive, as you can see, it has some different usages to describe parallel actions, to describe what someone was doing at a particular point in time, to express interrupted action in the past. We are going to review about this later because today we're going to do some activities about this too. And we also review about the questions. We are going to see this. Also, we did activities on pages 47 and 48. If you didn't do them, please send it. And also the reading time where you read this story that it's called How Long is a Piece of String? Please send this video to me if you haven't sent it. It's important. It's super important to get your 100 grade, your 10 as grade. Yes. So today, as I was telling you, we are going to review about the questions with was, were, in past progressive. So remember that the questions always start with the verb to be in past, that it's was or were, depending on the subject, and next to it is going to write to be the subject or the personal pronoun. As you know, you can have he, she, it, I, you with they, or also a name. You can have Carlos, you can have Isabela, Hugo, Rodrigo, Marcela, etc. Okay? In the verb in ing, okay? And the rest, the question mark. So my example here says, were you wearing insect repellent when the mosquitoes bite you? And you can say, yes, I was, no, I wasn't. These are the two kinds of short answers that you can write. Yes, I was, no, I wasn't. Because as you know, was is used with the personal pronoun I. So the next question with he says, was he wearing a helmet when he had the accident? You can say, yes, he was, no, he wasn't. It depends in the personal pronoun. For example, if the question says, were they wearing insect repellent when the mosquitoes bite them? You can say, yes, they were, no, they weren't. Of course, the verb to be needs to be conjugated with the subject. For example, now, if you have more questions about this, remember that the answers can be short answers. Yes, I was, no, I wasn't. Yes, he was, no, he wasn't. Yes, they were, no, they weren't, etc., etc. Okay? So if this wasn't clear at all, please send a message to me, and of course, I'll be explaining it clearer the next week. Now I want to go to the activities. Today we have 3 pages to do, and we're going to work on workbook pages 49, 49, 50, and 51. So 49 page has the grammar chart in here, examples. Was he biking when it started to rain? Yes, he was. No, he wasn't. The next one says, were you swimming when you got sunburned? Yes, I was. No, I wasn't. Activity 13 says, complete the questions with the correct form of were. Okay, the verb that we are going to use is were. Wearing, was wearing, were wearing. Okay, so example number 1. Was he wearing sunglasses when you saw him on the beach? Yes, he was. And that's it. Now, number 2 is going to be the same. You're going to write was or were depending on the subject. For example, you have light jackets when they got wet. And you are going to write were they wearing or was they wearing? Depending, remember, when do you use was or were? And that's the same that you are going to do with the rest. In the next line, you're going to write, yes, they were, or no, they weren't, depending in the pictures, okay? So now we can go to page 50 that we have content connection. 14, activity 14, read and check. When you add numbers together, it's a multiplication or an addition. So if you don't know the meaning of these words, there is nothing to explain in here. That's the only thing that I could say, that if you want to know the meaning of multiplication, that it's similar as in Spanish, as you could read, it's about math. If you want to know what is an addition, please take your dictionary, take the translator, and finding the meaning. Okay? So number 2, someone who buys things is a customer or a receipt. So you just need to check the correct answer, but the one that isn't correct, you are not going to do anything with it. Number 3 is something you buy. It's an item or a price. 4, when you add the same number several times, it's an addition or a multiplication. A list of what things cost is a souvenir or a price list. And number 6 says, when you find the answer using math, it's a calculation or a cell. That's it. Activity 15, read and complete, then listen and check. Then you have words in the box. Remember, if you don't know the meaning of any of these words, you can find it on the internet. Take your dictionaries, is better. Chips, customer, items, multiplications, price list, sunburn, sunscreen, water. Jim's problem. And here, look at the picture. Oh no, I only have $9.33. And then it says Beach Shack. Chips, $1.09. $1.09. Water, $1.25. And sunscreen, $6.99. So we're going to listen to it, and you're going to complete using the words from this box. Let's pay attention to it. It's super important.
Book, page 50. Activity 15. Read and complete. Then listen and check. Jim's problem.
One day, Jim was lying on the beach when he realized he was sunburned. He was also hungry and thirsty. So he went to Beach Shack. He looked at the price list to see what to buy. He picked up 5 items, 3 bags of chips, a bottle of water, and some sunscreen. But when Jim went to pay, the girl who was serving the customers said, "That's $11.51, please." Oh no! Jim didn't have enough money. He wasn't very good at addition and multiplication. He solved his problem by putting back 2 bags of chips. How about you? How would you solve the problem?
Okay, now, so what would you do in this case? Now, we can go to the next page, and it's the last page for today. And each page 51 and Culture Connection, activity 16 says, match the words with the definitions, write the letters. And then you have numbers 1 to 6, A to F. Number 1, expedition, to guide, Arctic. Fascinating, particularly guided tour. Letter A, very interesting. B, area around the North Pole. Especially a trip around a place with a guide. Someone whose job is to show a place to tourists. A long trip that is carefully planned. Activity 17 says, listen and read. Match headings A to I with paragraphs 1 to 5. Write the numbers. A, different types of family vacations. B, cultural activities on a staycation. C, going on a staycation. D, advantages of a staycation. E, example of a staycation. And then you're going to write the numbers with the numbers that you have in here, that if you can see, each paragraph is numbered like 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last line is number 5. So I'm going to play it. Pay attention to it. If you don't have enough time to do it or you want to review your answers, you can play this part of the video one more time.
Workbook, page 51. Activity 17. Listen and read. Match headings A to E with paragraphs 1 to 5. Write the numbers. A staycation in Italy. Every year, families all over the world go on vacation. Vacations are wonderful times to be with family and explore new places and cultures. Many families like visiting other countries while on vacation and learning about the history of a particular country from guides. Other families enjoy discovering parts of their own country and learning more about their own history and culture. Sometimes families like to stay at home. They don't like to travel, but they do like to explore new places and cultures. How can they do both? These families can go on a staycation. Here is how a staycation works. Your family decides on a culture and a country that they want to know more about. They do research and find out about that country's music, crafts, food, art, and other things. Then they try to create the culture in their home during the vacation. For example, say that your family wants to learn more about Italian culture. Your family would do research and find out about the following things: popular Italian food, popular Italian music, popular Italian stories, Italian art, Italian vacations and other events, the Italian language. During the staycation, your family would plan activities to do together to learn about Italian culture. You might eat at Italian restaurants, go on a guided tour at a museum to study Italian artists, and see Italian movies. Staycations are a great way to enjoy your family, stay at home, and learn fascinating things too.
Okay, so that was it. So that's it for today. Remember to send pictures of these 3 pages with your name and the date in each of them. So also remember that tomorrow we are going to have the Zoom meeting, the live class, and try to be on time, please. Remember that as always, we are going to be using the Step Inside book. If you don't have it, please check the assignment in the platform. And I'll see you tomorrow there on time. Be on time. Bye.